The greatest thing about the Magic Mat is that you no longer have to worry about warped cutting plates. The Magic Mat was designed to take the place of one of your hard cutting plates. You just place your die blade side down onto your paper and Magic Mat. Then place your hard plate on top and run it through your machine. Your dies will cut into the Magic Mat and leave your hard plates nice and pristine, so you won't have to replace a warped cutting plate ever again. Are you ready to get crafty with some of your favorite crafters? Well, Scrapbook.com is so excited to announce our first ever SBC Fest.
I am so excited for the first ever SBC Fest.
Are you ready for the first ever SBC Fest?
SBC Fest is a virtual 2-day all-encompassing paper crafting event filled with tutorials, techniques, and so much inspiration. Join us along with our good friends Simon Hurley, Vicki Booten, Ali Edwards, and so many more.
Hey friends, it's Simon Hurley, and join me.
I am Marisha, and I'm so excited to be teaching at the first SBC Fest.
Hey crafty friends, it's Juliana Michaels, and I'm super excited to be sharing that I'm going to be teaching at the
very first SBC Fest.
And you get to chat along with your instructors during the class.
Join us this September 16th and 17th.
Please come join me and a whole bunch of my friends.
Spread the word. I hope to see you there.
Be sure to mark your calendars because this festival takes place on Friday, September 16th and Saturday, September 17th. You will not want to miss a minute of it. You will also have the chance to win giveaways popping up throughout the whole event. Get organized now and see the supplies being used in each class so that you are ready to craft along during the event. You can find all of the supply lists and latest details about SBC Fest by visiting Scrapbook.com/SBC Fest. So, how much is admission to this summer's hottest event? It's free.
Yes, free 2 days, inspiration all day.
And the best part, it's free.
That's right, this event, SBC Fest, is free. We are so excited to offer this whole 2-day event to you for free. Head on over to Scrapbook.com/SBC Fest and RSVP today. We will see you there. First, let's start with our deluxe adhesive roller. This is permanent and it has this really cool handle. It's ergonomic, so it fits in your hand beautifully and comfortably. Now our dotted adhesive roller is refillable. So you can also purchase this package of 2 adhesive roller refills, and they are dotted. So that means they are repositionable, but once dry, it's permanent. But you have some time to move around things. So if you're constantly changing your mind like me when you're scrapbooking or making projects, this one is the one for you. All right, next is our permanent adhesive roller that is refillable as well. You can also purchase the adhesive roller refills right here. The white goes with the green because they are permanent, which means it has that solid strip of adhesive, and it as well has a cap that comes on and off to protect your adhesive. So smooth and nice and feels really comfortable in your hand. What makes the Magic Mat so great? The greatest thing about the Magic Mat is that you no longer have to worry about warped cutting plates. The Magic Mat was designed to take the place of one of your hard cutting plates. You just place your die blade side down onto your paper and Magic Mat. Then place your hard plate on top and run it through your machine. Your dies will cut into the Magic Mat and leave your hard plates nice and pristine, so you won't have to replace a warped cutting plate ever again. Hi everyone, thanks for joining our live stream party. Have you heard? It's Creative Kindness Week at Scrapbook.com, and we are celebrating in a big way. Throughout this live stream, not only are we going to show you some demos and our card making deal, But we are also going to share about our charity, Creative Kindness, and explain what it is and why it's so important to people in need around the world. Also, we will have special guests from the crafting community pop in and talk about how you can get involved. Cards for Kindness is one of the programs that is part of Scrapbook.com's charity, Creative Kindness. Cards for Kindness is an ongoing initiative where we collect handmade cards from all over the world and distribute them to charitable organizations and other centers that help those in need. To find out how you can get involved, visit creativekindness.org. All right, before we get this party started, let's talk about this fabulous live stream deal. All right, here is what you're getting in this deal. You're getting this beautiful stamp set. There are 13 clear photopolymer stamps in this set. Look at how cute. Lots of cute sentiments and butterflies. You're also getting this A2 boho paper pad, which has lots of beautiful coordinated colors. And it's also the perfect size for an A2 card. And then on top of that, you're getting this Pops of Color Dusty Rose Gloss. So pretty. And we are going to do some demos where you can see this in action. Okay, let me tell you the price before we take a closer look at these stamps. The MSRP on this deal is $28, but right now during this live stream, it is only $9.99. You're getting all of this for $9.99, and you can make so many cards just from this set. So let's take a look at this stamp set a little bit closer. I want to show you some of the sentiments. We've got Thinking of You, Happy Birthday, Hi, Thanks. These are all very common sentiments to use for cards and that you'll use often. On top of that, there's some little tiny sentiments. This one says, how are you? And this one says, friend. So you could say, thinking of you, friend, with a cute little cursive font there, or hi, how are you? And then you've got all of these different little butterflies included in the set as well. All right, let's jump into our first demo. Okay, before I grab my stuff from Mackenzie, let us know in the comments section if you have participated in our Cards for Kindness initiative. We would love to hear. And another fun fact is Donald, our awesome guy behind the camera, his wife, Monica, is actually our Cards for Kindness specialist. So Donald, tell us a little bit about what she does.
Yeah, she's the Cards for Kindness specialist, like Laura said. She sorts through all the boxes of cards that volunteers around the world send in, and she sorts them, counts them, and gets them prepared and shipped out to the organizations that are partnered with our Cards for Kindness.
That's amazing. And it's not a small feat because we get so many cards sent in. So it's a lot of cards to sort through, but it's such a rewarding job. Such a rewarding job. Like, it's very empowering when you see how many people are involved in this initiative and how much of a big difference that it makes in people's lives. So definitely love that she does that.
Absolutely. And we have over 500,000 cards already sent to us.
Did you hear that?
From
over
volunteers.
500,000 cards have been sent to us that have volunteered and taken the time to create a beautiful handmade card to send in. So that's amazing. That number is staggering and growing and counting, right? Absolutely. And we're still growing and people are still sending them in. So this is such a great initiative and we are just so honored and proud to be a part of it. All of us here are part of it and we just are so grateful for the opportunity. So let's jump in and make this card with this stamp set. We're going to be using the stamp set that's included in this live stream bundle. And we're going to make a fun shaker card. So if you are highly experienced in making shaker cards, this is a great set for you. If not, we'll do this together and we'll make this fun shaker card. All right, we're going to use some of our circle dies right here that I've got on the table. And I've already got these things cut up for me so that it's ready to go. So I've got my 2 acetate sheets, which we have at Scrapbook.com. And then I've got my white background as well as my front with my circle cut out already. And it's this size circle right here. I think it's about a 3-inch circle right there. So I've already got that cut out. And then I took these 2 circles right here and I created a frame so that I could have, this is what I cut right here. This is going to be my frame around my cover of my card over that shaker part. And I've also taken some pattern paper from our boho. This is the matching sister You're getting this paper pad in this bundle today, but we have the matching sister, thank you, Mackenzie, this boho pattern paper 6x8. And I just took the really cute gingham pattern in here. There's a smaller and a larger side. I took the smaller side. It's such a cute pink, like a dusty rose color of this gingham. And I cut it to A2 size and then used my circle die to cut a circle in the center. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to adhere our acetate on the back of our card here. So I'm just going to take some of my adhesive roller. Just so this stays down. All right. Do we have any trivia questions? What do we have to ask today? Put my acetate on the back side of that. Flip that over. Now, this card right here has already been scored, so it's got a little edge there that I'm going to fold over, about 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to actually, this will be adhered to that as well as this. And I'm going to stamp right in the center here. So I kind of want to line up where the center is going to be. And all right, can I get that? Thank you so much, Mackenzie. I need my acrylic block.
Question for you, Laura.
Yes, Mackenzie.
How long have you been making cards for?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've been making cards for a very long time, but until recently, I've been making a lot more cards. It wasn't always my go-to crafting project. My go-to crafting project is scrapbooking and creating traveler's notebooks and composition notebooks. I used to be at Webster's Pages, so I did a lot of planners. That's what I designed and created there with Webster's Pages, and love doing memory planners, things like that. But cards are like a new love of mine, and I just really see the value in creating something handmade to give to those you love and care about. What about you, Mackenzie?
I'm more of a recent card maker. I think I've been making cards for about a year now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm going to stamp this right in the center here. So I'm going to get my line up here. And then let's ask everybody at home, how long have you been making cards? If you're a card maker, how long have you been creating cards? Is this a new hobby for you? Is this something you've been doing for a very long time? We'd love to hear, so tell us. Okay, now what I need is my black ink. If I could please, thank you. I'm just going to ink up this really cute sentiment in this stamp set. It's thinking of you. It has the cute Y. I love the font on this thinking of you. It's really cute and different. And that Y, sorry, has the loop-de-loop at the bottom. So we will. Donald, are you still making cards?
Yeah, I love making cards. I just don't give myself time to
really
cards.
focus.
So
yeah.
Right now, we make cards during Christmas and then for birthdays. And I want to make cards for Halloween this year.
Yeah.
Monica bought this cute lawn fawn, cute little monster stamp set that we want to use.
That is really cute. You love Halloween, though.
Yeah.
That's your favorite holiday. So that makes sense, totally. I love lawn fawn stuff, too. It's really cute. There are so many good card making products out there. I mean, the sky's the limit if you're into making cards and you're new at it. There are so many fun products out there. And we're excited to have this set for you today to create some handmade cards and write up some sentiments and create something meaningful for sure. Okay, so I'm going to take this next acetate sheet and I'm going to adhere it to my other A2 card front that I cut with a circle in the middle to match. And we're just going to put some adhesive on here. Okay. I love using acetate sheets to make shaker cards and for other things as well. Another great idea with acetate is you can stamp right on it and have like a clear stamped image with a pattern paper behind and stuff. That's so fun to do, and it adds some dimension as well. So what we're going to do here now is I would adhere this I'm going to take my adhesive and do this little folded scored line with some adhesive and add my card here. Line that up. All right. Since we're talking about meaningful cards, I would love to hear from all of you. So we've asked before what was the most meaningful handmade gift you've received in past live streams, but I would love to hear today, what is the most meaningful handmade card you've received and from who? And I will start and get the ball rolling, but I have this at home in my home office on my desk. I still have a handmade card / little flower pot that my son made for me in first grade. And I love it so much because it has his little picture and it opens up and it's a little card, but it's a sunflower that opens up as a card and it's on a little stick in a little tiny pot. And so it's like a little decor piece. So I love it so much and it means so much to me. It's his little handwriting. And every time he comes home to visit, he's like, "You still have this, Mom?" I'm like, "Of course." I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things for my kids. I love all of their fun cards and things that they've made for me over the years. So I would love to hear, what are some of the most meaningful cards that you've received and why? Tell us why. Okay, thank you, Mackenzie, for the foam adhesive. Okay, now we're going to create our little shaker card. So I love this foam because you can actually curve it around to create your circle for your shaker card or your square or whatever you're creating with. I'm going to ask my team. I would love to hear from you guys what one of the most meaningful handmade cards are that you've received. It might take a second to think about it, but I would love to hear from my own team. What have you received that means a lot to you? A card, a handmade card. Anyone want to go first?
I mean, like
Donald?
a few years ago when I first started working here, Monica and I made each other Valentine's Day cards, and we made them for each other at the same time. So we're sitting at the craft table, and this was a few years ago. It was a very fun and special moment. Yeah. However, I don't know what happened to the cards.
You don't know where the cards are?
No, they're probably somewhere in a box somewhere.
But I love that you said it was the time together when you made them. Like that was the most memorable, the special time that you guys like sat and created together and spent quality time together.
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
I love that. In this day and age, that's so important. I know we have technology and it's awesome, but like to sit and do something tactile and meaningful together is priceless.
Absolutely.
Truly. I love that you shared that. Thank you, Donald. And we love hearing about Monica. That's awesome. We get to see Monica. We're so excited that she's here and she's working on this exact initiative, Cards for Kindness. How about you, Mackenzie? Okay, I'm just really quick adding some sequins from Picket Fence into the center of my shaker here. All right, Mackenzie.
I'm just trying to think. My grandma used to make cards, so there's the ones from hers, but I think most recently, my husband, because I have all the card making stuff at home.
Yep.
Every once in a while, he'll randomly make me a card and surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always fun to come home to that.
Yeah. I love that too. So he'll just like leave like handmade card for you to find. That's the cutest. That's a sweet little romantic. All these romantic stories are amazing. I love it. Okay, cute. Okay, Cody, you're up. What is yours?
Well, I don't have anything romantic.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, my nieces and nephew made me a World's Greatest Uncle card.
Yeah.
It was they gave it to me on Father's Day, but...
Oh, see, that's really sweet too. These stories are amazing. You see what a difference handmade, heartfelt cards make. And you are the best uncle, huh?
I am.
Can I share a little bit about what's on your desk?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, on Cody's desk is the cutest picture of him with his nieces and nephews, and they're all gathered around him. So you can tell he's a really good uncle. So I believe that they made the cutest card for you. That's awesome. Aw. All right, thank you everybody for sharing. That was really special. All right, remember that border that we cut here out of the boho paper? with this pretty dusty rose color. That's going to be my frame right here around thinking of you. So if I didn't line it up perfectly, like you can see here, I didn't, this is actually going to hide that. I was so into everybody's stories about their handmade cards that I didn't line this up perfectly. So the great thing about scrapbooking and card making is that that's the whole point. You're scrapping and you're making things work with paper. And so I'm just going to use this border to cover up that little oopsie, and it's going to look great. So let me just get some adhesive on the back of this. And I hope you all are putting into the comment section what was the most meaningful card that you've received. Shall we do a giveaway for Cards for Kindness? This is a celebration. I say we do a giveaway. Where's the Grinch when we need him?
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation until Christmas.
Right.
All right, let's do a giveaway. Let's give away a $25 Scrapbook.com gift card. All right, so the question I'm going to ask for the giveaway is, answer in the comment section, are you an A2 or a slimline card maker? Do you prefer A2, this size, or do you prefer slimline? Let us know in the comments, and we will choose a winner right now in just a minute. So go ahead, put all your comments in, whoops, and we will choose a winner. Look at how fun this card is. Okay, it's not done yet. I would take this smaller size circle die and I cut out a fun circle out of this pretty, almost light beigey pink color. And I stamped it with the stamp set, the How Are You? We talked about the very beginning of this live stream, How Are You right there with one of the pretty butterflies. It's just a really cute set that has all of these little elements in it that you can get creative with and use in your own way to add some fun stuff to your cards. And then I'm just going to take a little twine bow that I've already put together, and I'm going to put it right at the bottom of this, and I'm just going to get a little bit of my glue from Mackenzie. Thank you. So I'm sure by now the winner has been chosen, so congratulations on your $25 gift card to Scrapbook.com. That will be fun to spend. You will not only be able to buy this fun live stream deal, but some other goodies. So congratulations. All right, I'm going to put this cute little bow down at the bottom of my circle element here to just create a little dimension. Put that there. All right, so I'm just going to add some of my smart glue on the back of this cute little embellishment I made, and we will just adhere that right down here in the corner of our circle. And then we've got a cute shaker card with Thinking of You stamp right inside. So cute. All right, now let's go to our friend, Debbie Farinella from Sizzix. She has a special message she would like to share about Cards for Kindness.
Hi, I'm Debbie at Sizzix, and I absolutely love Scrapbook.com's initiative, Cards for Kindness. It's a campaign that they've started that goes year-round. There's no seasons. Anybody would love to receive a card that's handmade with the simplest gesture, the kindest words, warms anybody's heart. And when it comes unexpected, it's even better. How about creating cards, doing what you love, and sharing it with somebody who's in need? So whether you have supplies that are already on hand, you can create wonderful cards with your die cuts, your rubber stamps, or anything that you have that are already available for you to just pull them together. Spend some time with your family, gather all of your supplies, create some wonderful projects on cards, and send them to Scrapbook.com. They choose the charities, the hospitals, those in need, and I cannot imagine anything better than receiving something from somebody worldwide. I love this initiative, and we're so excited to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, Debbie and Sizzix, for volunteering your time to make these beautiful handmade cards to go to somebody in need. And guess what? Our friend Alexis Trimble from Sizzix is going to show us how she made this beautiful Thinking of You card right now. So let's toss over to our friend Alexis.
Hi everyone, it's Alexis with Sizzix, and I wanted to take a moment today to highlight an amazing initiative that Scrapbook.com started a few years ago that we have loved supporting when they started it and continue to love supporting it to this day, and that is their initiative called the Cards for Kindness campaign. Now, if you aren't familiar with Cards for Kindness, Scrapbook.com accepts cards, handmade cards, we'll say, from everybody. So whether you're a maker at home or you're part of a company like Sizzix, we all love sending words of encouragement to people in our lives. But what they are doing is they are accepting handmade cards from people, and you can check out their website to get the details of the types of themes they're looking for and the types of cards that they might need at the moment. And what they do is they end up distributing those cards to nursing homes, retirement facilities, hospitals, places where people might need a little bit of encouragement or hope or a little bit of love and extra kindness in their lives. And what they do is the staff members at those places then use the cards to send out that encouragement. I am also going to be doing a little bit of a make today. I wanted to show you how I made one of the cards I'm going to be sending along to Scrapbook.com this month to help with the Cards for Kindness campaign. And I'm going to be using these these are stamps. I'm going to be using these today, and they are geared for their Cards for Kindness campaign. So I'm going to be using these. These are available with Scrapbook.com, and I'm going to use them in my make today. So I'm going to get into what I'm going to make, and then I'm going to show you some of the other cards that I've put together to send out to the people in the world that need a little extra love right now.
I'm going to take you through how to make a really sweet and simple card like this that has a little pop of color to it, but also is quick and fast to make, because sometimes, I don't know about you, but I like to just make a bunch of cards in mass and be able to have them stockpiled for when I need to send them out, which is perfect. This is exactly what Scrapbook.com is looking for. They want cards to be able to send out when they need them on the ready. So I'm going to be using a die called Botanical to cut into this white cardstock. Now, because this is such like an intricate die, I have actually backed this in an adhesive sheet just so that it will make my life easier when I go to cut it out. I'm gonna run it through the machine real quick. Let me get my other cutting pad. And I'm gonna run this through twice just because it is such an intricate die. Okay, and then sometimes I like to run it through a third time just because I'm asking it to cut through this adhesive sheet, and I'll flip the intricate dies upside down to face the rollers just so I can see how well it has cut through. So I'll look for the cut lines and I can see that it's gonna pop out pretty easily. So I'm gonna set this off to the side and I'm gonna clean out my die real quick. I'm just gonna take some foam right here, and I'm gonna flip this onto there. And then I'm gonna take a die brush and clean out the die. Okay. So that'll help me when I go. It's gonna let them all fall out really easily. So I'm gonna do that over here on the side. Okay, so I've got a piece of white cardstock here that I have folded in half, and I've been peeling away on the side. I started peeling away my adhesive sheet background, and you can see it takes a lot of it out for you. What I like to do is then take a die pick and just poke out the smaller little bits that have stayed behind. And this happens when you work with adhesive sheets. The smaller ones tend to want to stick in there, but you just have to take a die pick and push them out and they'll come right out, which is a lovely little tool to have on hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that corner, and I'm going to line up the corner and the edge. And then I'm going to take this and lay it down. I like to, when I'm doing these, see these two big ones just stuck under here. I'm going to grab them out real quick so it can lay flat. When I'm doing these, I like to lay it down and really push it in on the front side, especially these intricate ones, and then flip it over and do it on the back side as well. That just helps you make sure that that adhesive is really sticking to that card front and then it'll make your life easier when you're going to ink. Then it won't peel away. Got these little itty bitty ones that were left in there. I just don't want to peel away, so I'm gonna just pull those out real quick so that my ink will lay down nice and flat. Okay, so got all those pieces out, and now what I've done is I've pre-selected 3 distress ink colors that I wanted to work with, and I've got picked raspberry, mustard seed, and spiced marmalade. And what I'm going to do before I start putting those on is I'm going to trim around my card real quick. Now you can take a paper trimmer and do this too, but I just want to do this quickly with my scissors. And then I'm going to bring in my multimedia mat, which is our Sizzix version of a craft mat. And I'm going to pull this in, and that way I can ink onto this mat and it'll be an easy cleanup for me. So I'm going to start, I wanted to do a nice like color blend all the way down the entirety of the card. So I'm going to start with my picked raspberry and blend that on from my mat. And the reason I'm doing it straight onto the die is because I want my background to be the same color as well. So I picked really strong pigments so that you would see it pop. It would be much more vibrant on the front, but then that color would come in from the background as well. Okay, so I've got that color pretty much squared away. So now I'm going to change and shift into my spiced marmalade. And I'm going to go across the middle with that one. And you'll see it kind of started to blend into the pink, and that's why I do a lighter variation of the pink so that when they blend together it looks more like a sunset. And if you are going to be doing ink blending with distress inks, you want to find complementary tones, things that when they blend together won't turn brown or murky. I've chosen really warm colors that I knew when I blended them side by side, it would be really beautiful together. So if you wanted to do blues and aqua tones, those always really look nice. Purples look nice with the greens and blues. So I like to take warm colors together and cool colors together typically, because if you blend across, that's when you kind of start to get your tones that might be a little bit muddy. So now I'm going to switch to my final color, which is the mustard seed. And you can tell I chose really strong, vibrant colors because I wanted the color to really pull out the design as well. I just have so much fun color blending. I think it's like one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so that is what that looks like when it's done. And you'll see I did a top opening card because I wanted something that would be different than your normal side standing card. I'm using the Cards for Kindness stamp set, and I did the Thinking of You. I already pre-stamped it because who wants to watch me stamp? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of ink to the edges of this so that it stands out from my background, because I'm going to add it with foam tape, and I think I'm going to do like a color blend actually of the different colors that are on the background. It could be kind of fun to do around the edges. You're playing along with me today because I'm just doing this on the fly. I was going to do something totally different, but once I saw how those lined up together, I thought it could be kind of fun to just place the same colors along the edge of this and then see, I'm going to pull this up just so I can get a darker edge too. I think that'll be really cool to blend in actually. So I'm going to do that around the edge of it. So I'm doing the oranges, the yellow on the corners, and then I'll do the pink tones on the other sides. Oops. Clean up my board too soon because now I'm just getting it all messy again. Fun little color swap. And if you wanted to really make this stand out, you could do these colorful edges and really pull that color in. And then you could take some black ink and just do just the outside of the edge, and then that'll give it a nice kind of, which I might do because I've got it right here. Just makes it stand out better sometimes. You just do, I've got some archival ink right here. I'm just gonna go along the edge, and all it does is give it a really thin line of black, and then that will make it stand out from your background. And I lay it down. So I'm gonna let that dry for a second while I get my foam tape. Get this out of the way again real quick. I love these three colors together. They're so pretty. Reminds me of a California sunset. Especially during the winter, our sunsets here in California are so pretty during the winter. They are these really pink and orange and red tones. They're just so pretty. So I've got my sentiment. I'm just going to add some foam tape to the back of it. My scissors. And I love how quick and simple these cards can come together with just a stamped sentiment, one die, and some ink. And you can change out the ink colors and make these for all different seasons if you wanted to. Change out the sentiment, make it special, kind of and fun. I want all three of the colors to show, so I'm going to actually place this in between two of the colors and offset it a little bit. And then if you wanted to, you can add a little bit of ribbon to the back of that. Here's another version of it that I did add ribbon, and I used some of the bold text from Tim Holtz and added my sentiment that way. Again, I did that spun sugar at the top, so it has a little bit of a lighter color variation. So same idea, two different directions. This one is a top fold and this one's a side fold. Different colors and ribbon on this one, and this one's a little bit more straight and forward.
Thank you, Alexis. That is such a lovely card, and we are so grateful that you used your time to get involved with Cards for Kindness. All right, if you would like to get involved with Cards for Kindness, head over to creativekindness.org. You can find all the information you need right there, including the types of cards that we're in need of and the submission form. All right, I would like to share with you now a very moving interview from our Life Handmade podcast. Our host, Jessica Harrington, sits down with Ron Tyson, the founder of Bring Smiles to Seniors. He talks about the power of the handmade card.
Okay, well, so how did Bring Smiles to Seniors get involved with our Cards for Kindness?
And someone had reached out to me and said that that Scrapbook.com had this Cards for Kindness program, and that we should reach out because we were always in need of more cards, and we wanted to expand and deliver. And so I reached out, and we wound up becoming a partner with Scrapbook.com to receive your wonderful cards on a quarterly basis. And I think the first delivery, I was sitting at my desk, and the UPS truck pulled up, and we got about 23 boxes of cards that were unloaded, and we were in absolute heaven. So we aligned so well with the belief and mission of Scrapbook.com and what you do, and it fits so perfectly into what we do in terms of putting those handmade cards in the hands of seniors across the country.
And I know that you have witnessed so many wonderful moments and what that looks like. Could you please share with us some specific moments and how this has impacted the lives of these individuals and even the people that you work with?
In the very early days of the program, we were just serving Florida until we added Michigan. And so we were actually hand delivering cards in the Tampa Bay area because we didn't have that many senior communities that were a part of the program. And so we would, my friend Linda and I, during my lunch hour and on weekends, would go into the senior communities, and they would take us around, and we would hand deliver the cards to the residents and interact with the residents, and kind of be a part of their life and someone different that they would see. So this we went into a community, and the activities director took us into one of the seniors' rooms, and she said, the woman, since she's been in with us, and she had been in the community for a couple years, she said, just so you know, she doesn't speak. And so what you'll need to do is take the card and read it to her, and then we can leave the card on her bedside, and then she'll have the card on the bedside. So my friend Linda, who was with me, took the card out, and she read the card to the woman. And as soon as she was done reading the card, the woman looked up at her and said, "Thank you." And I thought the activities director was going to fall over, because they had never heard the woman speak before. And that's the first time that she had actually said something. And that was when I first realized the power of that piece of paper was far greater than just a piece of paper when it gets into the hands of a senior.
Wow, such an amazing story. Thank you so much, Ron, for sharing that with us on our Life Handmade podcast. You guys, get involved with Cards for Kindness today and volunteer. We have distributed over 500,000 cards to our partner organizations. Go to creativekindness.org and you'll find all of the information and details there. All right, now let's take a look at some beautiful handmade cards using this same bundle that are in our gallery. All right, our first card here is by Adrienne Bose. It's so pretty. She's using everything included in this bundle today. And then we have this beautiful slimline card by Anessa. And Marie Nicole Designs created this beautiful card, and I will show you that in person in just a minute because we have it here in the studio. And then we've got Jess Crafts making this beautiful fun card and the Thinking of You sentiment. And then we have these two beautiful cards made by Lauren Taylor using the Thinking of You sentiment. And I actually have those here as well, and I want to show those to you in person. So let me grab those. We've got one here and one here. There's so much dimension and depth to these cards. They're so pretty. And I love how she used the slimline die that we have, the spring floral slimline die, and then she did the opposite with the pieces inside that cut out of this one and put them inside a white background. So pretty and such a clever idea. So she was able to create and volunteer these for Cards for Kindness using everything that comes in this bundle as well. All right, and I want to show you Marie's card as well. It's this really pretty slimline card with little cute vellum butterflies and the thanks sentiment, and she even put the friend, let me turn it this way, thanks friend, with these really pretty gold butterflies. Lots of fun and dimension. All right, while I gather my last supplies for a fun technique that I want to show you, if you are looking to make mass-produced cards and you want to make a lot of cards at once, I'm going to gather everything I need for that. But while I do that, I want to toss to our friend Julia from ThermoWeb, who has a very special message to share about Cards for Kindness.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia Sanvos with ThermoWeb, and I am the Social Media and Education Director. I was thrilled when Scrapbook.com asked us to join their Cards for Kindness campaign, because I am a firm believer in not just making cards, but I mail cards. And I think that's key right there, is that yes, it's wonderful to create and make all these cards that we show off, but it's also equally important to mail the cards.
Thank you for sharing, Julia. And I would love to tell everybody to check out our YouTube channel tomorrow, because we'll be posting a card making tutorial from Julia using this stamp set, and you're not going to want to miss it. All right, so as promised, I want to just show you a quick technique if you're looking to make a lot of cards at once with this stamp set. So we have our beautiful Cards for Kindness stamp set here. And then inside my MISTI, I've got my Clearly Amazing mat. This is the Scrapbook.com standard size Clearly Amazing mat. I've already taken off my plastic film that goes on the top of that to keep it fresh. And I've got it inside my MISTI here. Now I've taken the butterflies from this set. You can see I've already been doing a lot of stamping with this, so they're here. They're clean, but they still have some residue on them. But I've taken all of the butterflies and added them here. And I'm going to take an A2 card, and I'm going to put it in the corner where I've got my measurements here on my Clearly Amazing mat. And then I've already lined up my butterflies so that they go perfectly onto my card. And I've left the center open so that I can interchange different sentiments and make different cards at once quickly. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to take my mixed berry color, Scrapbook.com ink, and I'm going to ink up these butterflies. Okay. All right, so we're going to get some ink on there really good. And then we're going to go like this. And I'm going to say that I'm going to use my cloud whip because it's sitting right here as my kind of hockey puck to push this Misty down. This is actually the perfect size. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this to all of you at home, but this is what I'm using because it's right here and it fits perfectly in my hand and actually works really good to get the stamp impression down good. Okay, now we just need to add a little bit more ink on these bottom butterflies because I want them a little bit darker. Let's do that again. Straight down, grab my cloud whip. This is coming soon, by the way. If you are interested, you can sign up to be notified as soon as it arrives. It's our brand new modeling paste. All right, that's perfect. So now I want to add the sentiment thinking of you. So what I'm going to do is take that off and I'm going to put it upside down right here. Thinking of you in the center. That's where I want my sentiment. Okay. And I'm just going to take my Misty, pick that up, and we're going to ink it with some black ink because I want my sentiment to be bold with black. So I ink up thinking of you with black. Take that off my butterfly there. And let's do the same thing. Put it down, take my cloud whip, push that down. My team's laughing at me that I'm using the cloud whip as my pressure for my Misty. Okay. Let's grab our thing there. And there you go. But I can see that the eye and the end did not get inked very well. So I'm going to add some more ink there. Let's just do this one more swipe. Okay. Down. All right. Shaking the whole table, huh? Okay. Okay, and just like that, you have a fun card. You could cut down the edges and mat it on the pretty boho paper. And you could add some pops of color. I'm going to show you just adding a little bit of pops of color. I'm going to put some pops of color right in the middle of these butterflies. Just some little butterfly bodies in the center here. Go. Right there, right there. That pink is so pretty. This is such a pretty color. Let me show you this color really quick. All right, I want to show you this pops of color. It's so pretty, but before I do that, I'm going to move. I need to add this really quick. These last two little butterfly bodies, right, just like that. We're going to let this dry over on the side here. But I want to show you this. I'm going to do it right on top here. This dusty rose color, it's so pretty. And when it dries glossy, so it's really pretty. So you could do, you know, like droplets everywhere, or you can use the craft scraper like this and scrape it. It's just such a really pretty dusty rose color. Look at that. Just really pretty. I know I'm doing it quickly and showing you, but you can see how pretty that is. Just gorgeous. And it does dry shiny, just like I'm showing here. It will dry shiny like that. Such a great product. We love our pops of color here at Scrapbook.com. I hand that to Mackenzie. And then I wanted to, again, show you a fun way to do this. So we've got our Clearly Amazing mat inside, and I'm going to take out this sentiment. And we're going to do this again. We're going to add our A2 paper in here. So you would just quickly interchange and change out, and you can change the ink colors. Let me get a wet wipe just to clean off this color. And you can use another color. So we'll clean off these butterflies. If you have a stamp chamois, you can use a stamp chamois. Otherwise, I'm just cleaning them off quickly. And we're gonna do, oh, I've got ink on my cards. I'm gonna grab another one. Let's put that right there again. And let's add this pretty orange color. We're gonna ink up our butterflies. I love these butterflies so much. You can do so many different things with them, create them in like a swooshing, swooping, flying pattern. Right now, I'm just having them kind of flying out of the sentiment that I'm going to put in the center. All right, so once you have that inked, I'm going to go over here, grab my cloud whip. All right, pretty. Let's add some more ink just to darken it up a little bit more. Ink that up. Okay. Then I'm going to add a different sentiment. So we used Thinking of You. Shall we do Happy Birthday? Let's do Happy Birthday. I love that Happy Birthday is included in this because I don't know about you, but I'm constantly making birthday cards because they're so expensive, and doing something like this, mass producing them quickly, is such a great way to get all of your birthday cards made at once, so you have a bunch to pull from when you have a birthday to go to or somebody's birthday come up, like a colleague or a family member, whatever it may be. Okay, so now I've centered that right where I want it, and I'm going to do black on this one as well. Let's ink this up with black. Ink that up, get the whole birthday. I love this font too. It's got the straight font with the get that off my little butterfly there. The straight font with the cursive font, which is pretty. Okay. There we go. Pressure with our cloud whip. All right. Ta-da, look at how beautiful that is. And again, you could cut this down and mat it. So let's say I wanted to put it on a pretty matte color. I would just cut this down to size. Get this off my Clearly Amazing mat. Cut this down and mat it onto some paper. It would be so pretty. Such a great way to use this stamp set to create a bunch of cards at once and get it done. And then you have a collection of cards that you can give away. All right, now Scrapbook.com's Jessica has a very important message to share with you. So let's go over to Jessica.
Did you know that charitable contributions can be one of the best tax-saving opportunities available? Well, the Creative Kindness Foundation is an Arizona nonprofit organization. When you volunteer your time to assist with Cards for Kindness, your expenses may qualify as a charitable contribution on next year's tax return, depending on your personal situation and deduction type. Happy crafting!
That's great news. Thank you for sharing, Jessica. All right, remember, if you would like to get involved with Cards for Kindness, go to creativekindness.org. You'll find all of the details there, and you can see all of the organizations that we are partnered with. All right, friends, I just wanted to remind you that this bundle deal is good for 2 days only, or while supplies last. You get all of this for $9.99. MSRP on this is $28, so $9.99 is a great deal to get this stamp set, this paper pad bundle, and this beautiful brand new Dusty Rose Pops of Color. All right, thank you, friends, for joining us during our Creative Kindness Week here at Scrapbook.com, and we will see you at our next live stream. Are you ready to get crafty with some of your favorite crafters? Well, Scrapbook.com is so excited to announce our first ever SBC Fest.
I am so excited for the first ever SBC Fest.
Are you ready for the first ever SBC Fest?
SBC Fest is a virtual 2-day all-encompassing paper crafting event filled with tutorials, techniques, and so much inspiration. Join us along with our good friends Simon Hurley, Vicki Booten, Ali Edwards, and so many more.
Hey friends, it's Simon Hurley, and join me.
I am Marisha, and I'm so excited to be teaching at the first SBC Fest.
Hey crafty friends, it's Juliana Michaels, and I'm super excited to be sharing that I'm going to be teaching at the
very first SBC Fest.
And you get to chat along with your instructors during the class.
Join us this September 16th and 17th.
Please come join me and a whole bunch of my friends.
Spread the word. I hope to see you there.
Be sure to mark your calendars because this festival takes place on Friday, September 16th and Saturday, September 17th. You will not want to miss a minute of it. You will also have the chance to win giveaways popping up throughout the whole event. Get organized now and see the supplies being used in each class so that you are ready to craft along during the event. You can find all of the supply lists and latest details about SBC Fest by visiting scrapbook.com/SBC Fest. So, how much is admission to this summer's hottest event? It's free.
Yes, free 2 days. Inspiration all day.
And the best part, it's free.
That's right. This event, SBC Fest, is free. We are so excited to offer this whole 2-day event to you for free. Head on over to scrapbook.com/SBC Fest and RSVP today. We will see you there.